This is one of those ORIS releases where the history actually makes the watch more interesting. This is the ORIS Star Edition, created for the 60th anniversary of the original ORIS Star from 1966. The story here goes back to the Swiss watch statute, which restricted what brands like ORIS were allowed to build. In 1965, after years of fighting that law, ORIS succeeded in getting those restrictions reversed, and 1 year later introduced its first lever escapement watch, naming it the ORIS Star. Now for 2026, they have brought back that watch with the same compact barrel-shaped case, the domed plexi crystal, the silver-toned crosshair dial, and that unmistakable 1960s shape. It is small, it's different, and it carries one of the most important stories in ORIS's history. So let's find out if this is the heritage piece that reminds everyone just how cool ORIS can be. Welcome everyone, it's Chris with the Little Treasury channel, where we bring you original and in-depth watch content at least once per week. And if you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be alerted as soon as we upload. I'm from Little Treasury Jewelers, which is located in Gambrills, Maryland, and it's where you go when you're in the know. And if you can't make it to our store, check out our cutting-edge, user-friendly website, littletreasury.com, which is linked to our inventory in real time. All watches that I review are for sale and can be purchased, so please see our website or see the description below to contact us. If you're just joining us now, I'll go over the watch's detailed measurements and features, then I'll offer my personal opinion at the end. In our last video, I reviewed the Seiko Presage SPB 538, made for Seiko's 145th anniversary and inspired by the 1895 Timekeeper pocket watch. It had that beautiful white enamel dial, Roman numerals, large onion crown, and the brown pull-through leather strap with movable lugs. If you want a Seiko that feels completely different from the usual sports watches, that one's absolutely worth a look. Wrist check time. Today I'm wearing my Bremont Descent Limited Edition, which is number 407 out of 407. It's the last one ever made. I'm really lucky to have this one, and it is one of my very first luxury watches, which I'll keep forever. Now tell me which watch you're wearing while you're watching the video, and make sure to tell me why. Now let's get on to the features. My measurements for the ORIS Star Edition are a 35mm case width, an 11.5mm thickness, a 41.5mm lug-to-lug, a 16.7mm lug width, a 30mm crystal diameter, and weighing in at 51.69 grams. The case is a multi-piece stainless steel case with a barrel-shaped design that is very true to the original ORIS Star from 1966. The top surface has vertical satin brushing, and the edges have broad polished bevels that really show off the shape of the case. The crown is screwed down and is at the 3 position with ORIS on the tip. The crystal is domed plexi, which is a very interesting choice because ORIS went all the way with recreating the feel of the original instead of just putting a modern sapphire crystal on it. The bezel is fixed and polished, and it sits closely around the plexi crystal. The dial is silver-toned with a sunburst finish and a subtle crosshair design in the center. Depending on the light, it can go from a brighter silver to a darker gray tone. Around the outside, you get a simple minute track with lume dots at the hour positions. The markers are applied baton style with larger markers at the 12, 6, and 9 positions that have black centers. ORIS can be found at the top middle portion with star underneath it. The hour and minute hands are square-tipped in silver tone with lume applied, and the seconds hand is a simple silver-toned pointer. The date window can be found at the 3 position and has that really cool trapezoidal shape carried over from the original design. Automatic and 26 jewels can be found at the bottom middle portion. Lume can be found on the hour markers and on the hour and minute hands. The caseback is stainless steel and screwed in with special engravings and the vintage ORIS shield in the center. The movement is the ORIS caliber 733-1. It is automatic, it beats at 28,800 beats per hour, and has a power reserve of 41 hours. It has center hours, minutes, and seconds, a date window with instantaneous date and date corrector, fine timing adjustments, and stop seconds for precise setting. The strap is black leather with a stainless steel pin buckle, and it measures 17mm at the lugs. The ORIS Star Edition is 50-meter water resistant, it's part of the Heritage Collection, and currently lists for $2,300. Now for my personal opinion. I'm going to start off by saying that this is exactly the kind of Heritage release that I love. ORIS could have taken the easy route and made a slightly retro round watch with a silver dial, but instead, they brought back this tiny barrel-shaped case, the plexi crystal, the trapezoidal date window, and even the whole reason the original star mattered in the first place. This is not just some random old design they found in a catalog. This watch represents the moment ORIS was finally free to make the kind of mechanical watches they wanted to make, and I think that really makes it special. The look is also just fantastic. The silver dial with the crosshair design has that pure 1960s feel, and the applied markers with the black centers give it just enough contrast. I especially love the plexi crystal. Yes, it can scratch more easily than a sapphire, but it gives the dial that soft vintage distortion around the edges that make this feel completely different from a modern dress watch. On my 6.5-inch wrist, the smaller case size is exactly what this design needs. A watch like this should not be blown up and modernized to the point where it loses its charm. It is supposed to feel vintage, light, and easy to wear, and this does that perfectly. The black leather strap also keeps the whole look simple and lets the unusual case shape be the part that catches your eye. I recommend this for someone who appreciates ORIS's history, someone who likes smaller vintage-inspired watches, or someone who already has all of the larger sports watches covered and wants something with real personality. At $2,300, you're getting a watch that has an actual story, a design that you're not going to see everywhere, and a piece that feels like wearing a little part of ORIS's history on your wrist.
Thanks for watching today, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you did, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share with all of your friends and your family members too. I look forward to seeing you next video.